So you guys might have seen him on the music scene and in a whole bunch of entertainment stuff, but he's dipping his fingers into some pro wrestling at the moment. I have with me Canula Tones. Very exciting. First time here on the channel. How you doing?
I am fantastic. Cannot complain. I have actually, interestingly enough, before I wanted to tell you that I've been wanting to be on this for quite some time because I've been following your work on Instagram for a minute, ever since, popping into the wrestling scene, since my premature times, but yeah. Can't wait for that stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
this has been in
it's
the
something
works for
new
a
to me.
while because we've been talking for a while.
It
So
has. It definitely has. I didn't think it would end up coming to play, but I'm ready for the challenge. I mean, just like I said before, this is quite new to me. I mean, and damn,
did you ever
wrestling
think that you were
interview.
going to do a wrestling interview before your debut?
To be honest, no. I won't lie to you because I feel like when you see your returns of Cody Rhodes, and then they start going into the background, you see how Undertaker is officially now a broken character and he's now featuring in these interviews, only because he wanted to prevent himself, from his character being known. And I applaud that, on someone who's able to hold a character for such a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Undertaker break kayfabe before I saw him on that Hot Ones interview with Sean Evans. So,
Oh my, yeah. Oh my goodness. These events, it's interesting because him not breaking character actually led up to a lot of moments. The Rock creating that move from going side to side in the ring because he wanted to break his character, and eventually it became the people's elbow. Okay, all right. I like that. And then from there, R-Truth on separate times actually tried to break him on a lot of occasions, and he kind of failed. Apparently, the whole locker room wanted to try and break his character, which is kind of interesting to say the least. That he failed the time when McMahon, is it the McMahon Rooney? I don't know what he called his, but he he called up Undertaker. Undertaker had that kind of smirk, but he was like, "Nah, you're not breaking me." So, so that was dedication at its finest, you know.
yeah. So now we know that you know the wrestling history, you know like the lingo and everything, but what really got you into wrestling? Like why this now? Because I mean, like you said, you've been a musician for a long time. You've been doing so many different things in the entertainment industry. So what actually got you into wrestling? Like where does this passion come from?
Okay. So it actually dates all the way back to 2005, right? I remember every single time, every I think it was when was the schedule, by the way, during that time? We used to watch wrestling on television. Um, every single week was Raw and SmackDown. My dad was the huge fan, the hugest fan of wrestling, and like I got into it as well. Some of my siblings did step out of it, and like my brother ended up like loving soccer more. I love soccer now more, but that's not the point. Um, my other siblings also stepped out, and like I continued watching it for most of my life, and I just loved the out out of earth characters that were coming into this, you know, ring and like showing themselves out, from Stone Cold Steve Austin, yes, to the one and only Rock when he hits that people's elbow, to the jabroni eating, pie eating, trailblazing. I mean, he was very spontaneous, to Ric Flair when it came to his dress sets, Shawn Michaels on his move sets, John Cena it was properly introduced to us in, I believe was it 2005, was it? Yeah. I think, but I didn't get the chance to really see his career at that time. To jump over to 2008 when we got the chance to see CM Punk, but it was still his early days when he still had that long hair, and he was more like, he was looking more like a rock star. Yeah.
Oh gosh. This was like right before the straight edge society era, and I'm just like, that was an era that
Yeah.
was so strange in wrestling.
It was weird to say the least, but I would definitely say I think it helped him find his footing, because all these wrestlers, they go through some ridiculous. John Cena himself literally almost got fired because of his character being apparently very lackluster. And I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, was it MVP? You can correct me if I'm wrong. MVP and what you call R-Truth, was it R-Truth? If I'm not mistaken, were in the bus and he was doing a freestyle, and Stephanie overheard it and was impressed and was like, "Why don't you use that?" And that's eventually how we got the rap scene.
The doctor of
The thug life,
thugonomics.
thugonomics. Yeah. So it's just one of those things that kind of lead to something, because we didn't know CM Punk was gonna be the big star that he is today. Honestly, I mean, look at him today. He was still relevant even after the release of WWE, which is kind of interesting. Those kind of things, they resonate with you. And I was a huge fan of CM Punk. I loved how he was able to get into the ring and just spewing. Majority, I could not tell whether it was a work or a shoot, and that's what I loved about it. Because some things were a shoot, but how could you tell? How could you tell?
Yeah, no, he was always in character for every single second he was out of out of that person, that like his personality and everything changed. And it's funny because I was saying in my predictions video for Survivor Series, because I mean, it's in Chicago, so we all know
Yeah,
that there's gonna be the
it's a
rumor mill
potential.
coming in with CM Punk. Yeah,
It's
so
definitely a potential. I was also like,
yeah.
but should he? The interesting question is, should he return to WWE? That's an interesting question, to say the least, because
Yeah.
over the years, people have been chanting his name. Over the years, there has been, high demand on seeing him again. It's because when I saw him on AEW, for some reason, it started getting odd to see him in another stage. Because I
Yeah.
didn't get really, I really, when you like you watch one promotion and somehow you fail to watch another one from the camera
Yeah.
angle. For me, it was already, I didn't understand to some of the rules when it came to AEW. I could not get the chance to understand it. It's amazing promotion, all the best
Yeah.
on, but some of these things, they don't resonate with certain people. They
Yeah.
have a good loyal fan base as a whole on by themselves, which is good. And they're doing well for themselves. All the best to Daniel Bryan. I believe he might still be injured if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
These Brian Danielson. My bad. MJF is another one. When I saw his videos with his charisma, and now this is a now time. I'm now trying to like go back to present, and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
to the past and what led to the wrestling part. MJF, and I love Orange Cassidy's character. It is so insane. I've seen just videos, just clips, and that time when he's about to
It's
stick his hand into his pocket, and he's just about to
yeah.
and then like he just starts doing these crazy
It's
moves all over
so
the ring.
unique. It's
Oh,
crazy.
it's very, very. I've never seen something like that before, and it's amazing. He's actually the one who made me decide that maybe if ever I do return to the ring, I might actually wear jean pants, not really sure. I haven't really decided. We'll see what the kit will be like. But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right.
So speaking of the present, what was it like when you started training? I mean, like with me, when I took that first bump, I was like, I want to do this, but it's gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt.
Okay. Well, I remember I stayed in Ferndale. Right now I'm not actually there right now due to I have a shoulder injury that actually prevented me from moving forward in South Africa, because I was making moves in South Africa. I was on ads, telecom, Flex on. I was on Red Bull, Dance Your Style. I did a red carpet in the beginning. This one, the red carpet one. I think it was 4 months in when I went into South Africa officially, and I started making my name for myself in SA. And what happened was basically I decided to look up promotions in South Africa, and the closest one was in Newlands. Yeah. I saw APWA. I had been in touch with them for quite some time before I officially went there. I think a couple of months before I officially went there, and eventually I decided, okay, I gotta start. I gotta go there now.
You gotta do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about time. Yes, it's 22 minutes away. So I used to always take Uber, because it was at night. Training was at night time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Guys, keep that in mind. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, no, and that's dangerous, man. I'm like for international fans, Newlands is not like the greatest place to be at night.
Not at all. Not at all. It's very at night. It's not the best thing that you can do for yourself. So unless you have a car, have maybe a mate who can take you, or like you got enough money for Uber, then you gotta, hey, can't be taking a taxi there at night. You want to get into trouble? All right, mate, that's your chat. So yeah, I would get ready every Tuesday, not every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So fine, maybe I would attend on a Tuesday and Thursday on certain weeks, and then sometimes Tuesdays or just Thursdays, and then eventually I did have to stop, right? But we'll get to that. So I went into the promotion. I got introduced to a bunch of people from Mr. Nanzi, and to Alex Desire, who's an amazing performer, absolutely hands down. I managed to meet Matthew Hammer. Unfortunately, I never got the chance to officially, get to know the legends, but they're amazing people themselves. And let's see. Theory is another one, by the way. Yes. He's another one that I would like to give a shout out to. But that promotion has a lot of talent, and unfortunately, it unfortunately lacks the women's promotion division a bit much. If women are ready to wrestle in the women's division, please do come through. We'd love to see more, because there are about two females that are in the division at the moment. So most of the time they do go against each other. Amazing talent, cannot complain overall. So the first time I stepped into the ring, I had to start by the mat. You can't just start in the ring. You have to start on the mat, and then you have to do a sequence of workouts and stuff to kind of prepare you for the ring.
Yeah.
Like the ring is now an adult. You're still a toddler, so you gotta work on the mat. You can't just jump. What? Yeah. Who are you? What?
Yeah, it's like first day, I'm gonna go top rope. Boom.
You are in trouble, because those ropes are just you can't just with those ropes are just something else. You have to feel it. You have to feel the ring, get to understand the ring. It is insane, to say the least. But I might sound crazy, but that is the truth. Like you gotta You gotta get to know the ring. Like, hey, how you doing, man? You good? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
good.
you
All
gotta become
right,
friends,
cool.
man.
Yeah, you gotta become friends. You can't just, hey, what's up? You want a beer? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, no, you can't just jump like that. Nah. So, eventually I did get promoted to get into the ring officially. And I did a sequence of moves during training with Alex. Alex was
Yeah,
coaching me majority of the time. I met Dax Savage. Shout out Dax, man. And they we'll get to the behind the scenes part. A lot of, apart from Dax, and a lot of other stuff. So what happened was I stepped into the ring, and I can already feel that the floor is absolute. Just by walking on it, this is gonna be sore.
yeah,
So I had to take a couple of bumps onto the mat to like kind of get used to. My back had to get used to taking bumps onto the ring mat, right? And eventually you get used to it,
yeah,
but it is insane. It is it is insane. The first time you do it, it is painful. I just
yeah.
love how
Like
you
even just
what
running the ropes though,
yeah.
like
The
you
rope,
get burn and it's like can't
yeah,
handle it.
if you do it right, if you do it, I kept on doing it. I kept on being wonky with it the first time when I was, when I was moving with the ropes because I wasn't doing it properly. I would normally like maybe my hands were like to my sides like this,
Oh
like
yeah.
they'd be to my sides, and like I
Don't
would
tell me
jump
you
to
did
the
the Snoop Dogg, like this
I
the
did
Snoop Dogg running the
I,
ropes.
I I think we can to some extent compare to that, to be honest with you. And it's the worst thing you can do for yourself. I learned a lot. I learned that, oh, okay, I need my right hand each time I go
Yeah,
to a ring, to the ropes, to actually go over the rope when
yeah.
I'm bouncing
So
off.
it kind of like
And
catches you.
then,
Yeah,
yeah, it kind of catches your momentum and you actually go faster and faster. So like I was working with the ropes at some point with Alex, so I had to keep bouncing back and forth from side to side. And I noticed how damn fast I was going. I can fly when I jump off those ropes. It's insane. I'm still scared of going on top of the ropes to kind of jump down. I didn't get the chance to actually practice that. I had to, unfortunately, some events had to basically lead me into leaving before I could officially, graduate. If that makes sense, you know. But my time there, it was some lovely stuff. Oh my God. I cannot complain at all. And it made me love wrestling even more, you know. So what gave me even more of a drive? We were training one time. I don't know if it was before WrestleMaster 5 or after. I can't really mention the events, but to on par. But what happened was there was one training session and some of the legends were there, right? PJ Black was not there at the time, I believe. He wasn't there on that night, yeah. So there were other legends that were there. They saw my work. I had a tag team match with another trainer, trainee, trainee. I'm correct there. Uh-huh. So I had a match with I believe it was Alex and was it Matthew? I believe it was Matthew. I might be correct with this information. It was just there was just too much going on that night to the point that some of these things can just go over your head. So I started in the ring with Alex, and we're getting into it. It was getting heated and stuff. It was awesome. I was enjoying my first, to some extent, match in the ring, and it was lovely. I would hear you. We would do sequences of moves from time to time. We'd be like, "Oh, uppercut. Okay. To reflect off the ropes, and then do a clothesline, or whatever was necessary, basically to try and put what I've learned to work. Now, yeah, now the legends actually got amazed when I was doing a hot tag. That was the biggest part that kind of amazed them. Because I
Yeah.
won't lie, I was beaten and battered. So Alex was like, all right, you gotta tag in your partner. I was like, in my head, oh thank God.
I need to do this hot tag real quick now.
Now I have to do this hot tag. I wish someone took a video. Oh my God. Because it was pretty dope. So I'm crawling over to the corner. I'm literally, it was that bad. I was actually beaten and battered. So I'm going over to the ropes, and eventually I do a hot tag and I roll out. I do a rollout, and I just
Yeah.
was on ringside, and I was just
Yeah.
sitting. I don't know what my partner was doing. I was just like, damn, I gotta get my bones and my flesh back together. Yeah. So eventually I'm like, oh, I'm all good, and I get back onto the onto the ring, and now I'm just watching the match, and my partner's getting beat. He's doing some moves. Okay, he's getting his half. Okay, fine. And there were so many times when I was like, this guy, okay, you getting beat a lot, dude. Tag me in. So like
Tag
my
me
hand
in.
was out now. Yeah, I was like, I'm ready. Give me the smoke, So eventually I put my hand out and I'm like, come on, give me a tag. He doesn't see that I'm trying to get a tag in, because
Yeah.
he was also like partially deaf, so like, and he
Oh
was facing
wow.
that way. So yeah, I know. I was impressed. He's actually very good in the ring. I don't know if he's still training. I hope he's still there till this day. I never caught his name, unfortunately. I probably will later in the maybe when I return. I don't know, potential return. I'm gonna get to that one. So eventually, I don't get my attack back. They pin him. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it was the heel in me, but something, I don't know. I just went like, oh man, I was like kind of pissed off, and I was like,
the character work came in.
Yeah, the character was now coming into place, and I just jumped off, the ringside, and I was just like disappointed. It looked like one of those times when someone is about to like turn heel or something. So eventually one of the legends come over at me, and they're like, that was awesome. That was really amazing. And I was really grateful for that, because it showed that I was putting in some work, and it wasn't just for nothing.
Yeah, it was all paying off.
It was paying off 100%. I think by that time it was probably, I don't know, my 5th session or 6th, 7th, maybe. I'm not certain of when I finally, started getting the respect from some of the legends, and I really appreciate them seeing the potential, and I couldn't be happier. After all that being beaten up and stuff that night, that made my nights. It showed that, okay, I think they probably see something in me. All right, cool, fantastic. Yeah, and the first time before I actually officially, I think it was officially, I started training, I was invited by Mr. Anansi to wrestle Monster 5. So I was in gorilla position. This was my first time being in gorilla position, and I was like, it was awesome. It was like the whole locker room was there. We chilling, and there were beers out for whoever wanted it. Probably after the match at best. I don't know. I had mine while watching, because I wasn't even wrestling or anything. So I had like one Corona, and we were chilling. So I first watched the match on the monitor, but I was like, yo, I want to get out there and actually watch. I think that time it was now for the inaugural APWA Undisputed Championship for Mr. Nanzi and PJ Black. Now, that match was amazing. I loved every bit of it. I finally got the chance to see. I don't want to say Justin Gabriel, because, you know, now he's known as PJ Black. I was like, damn. In my head, I'm like, damn, I saw Justin Gabriel fight in the ring for the first time. All right, cool. That's awesome. But of course, we gotta stick to PJ Black there. That's him right now. You know. I was sitting in gorilla position before his match with Mr. Anansi, and what happened was I was sitting alone. He approached me, and we greeted each other. We had a little chat about you know, basically how I am, what are my goals and stuff, you know. And I expressed that, no, I was definitely invited here to kind of see the atmosphere and, you know, understand wrestling a bit better, and to basically express that, yes, I want to do wrestling. I did express to him that I used to watch him when he was still in Nexus, and, you know, I don't know if now there's some stuff I can't reveal, because it was between me and him. You know, there was a discussion we had, but I can't reveal that. Can't reveal that. Should have actually asked him before the interview if I should, but nah, it'll be wrong. There's something. Maybe he'll reveal it when the time comes. I don't know. We'll see when that time comes. But he's an awesome guy, humble, down to earth, really amazing individual, and I was really appreciative. Took a couple of pictures while I got the chance to while we were in the locker room, and I appreciated that. Now, do you remember thing Alex Desire's win when during the ladder match when he went to collect the belt on right? So you see the confetti and whatnot that was thrown at him that time, right? That, interestingly enough, was Mr. Anansi's entrance. That was supposed to be used for Mr. Anansi's entrance.
Really?
Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's the big reveal, right? So
That's funny.
I was sent out to like give out you know, I can't say confetti.
Oh, like,
I'm trying to
like the
name off
are they like those confetti cannons or like those streamer cannons? Ooh, sorry, that people that you pretty much
streamers.
like shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think streamers is actually the right word. You know, I was giving fans around, and I came across this one fan who was sitting down. He was watching the ring. He was watching the match. I think Alex was on at the time. So he's asking, am I a wrestler? Am I a performer?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
nah, not yet, but don't worry.
So
I
today
literally
I'm a
just gave
stagehand.
him. Yeah, I was just like, my boy, you don't know. Right now, I'm just helping out, but you know, we'll see. So
Yeah.
I just gave him some questions. I left him with questions more than answers. And I wonder till this day if he's like, when is this guy coming out? Because like it seemed like if I came out from a distance and he questioned if I'm a wrestler, without question, Shotzi, I might have been able to actually. I already look like a wrestler, which is good. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's
So
even,
the fact that
you
you're
know, you can't,
recognizable now already is crazy. Because I mean, like we
you know,
said, you haven't really like debuted as yet in your character and everything.
yeah, not at all. And I was like, damn, okay, cool. Like I don't have to struggle clearly when I debut to actually look like a wrestler. I can be in jeans and be topless, or maybe have like some kind of interesting jacket. I don't know. You know, and they'll already see that I'm a wrestler without even trying, which is interesting because looks are very important when it comes to wrestling. And that's number one. I've been planning my kit since training before the injury. It really sucks.
Yeah. So speaking of that injury, like take us through that process. How were you feeling like finding out about it? Like did you have to go through like a long process of um like getting through the emotions and then like coming up with a new strategy, or how did it feel?
Well, first thing that happened, I think I should go to the actual injury. So I actually got sick one time while I was in matric. It happened back in 2021. So it's been 2 years since I had the injury. This was before I actually started training in APWA or anything. And unfortunately, when I woke up, my arm was dislocated.
Oh
Right?
my gosh.
Yeah, it was just like it was basically like this.
Yeah.
This direction, it was
Yeah.
facing its ops or something. I don't know. It was ready to spike like Santino Morella. I don't know.
Oh, whoa.
So so yeah, it was a very painful event. I relocated it, and I just felt like small stuff. I'll leave it. Throughout the 2 years, my arm kept getting dislocated here and there, and it caught up to me. I joined wrestling while my arm was still dislocating. I remember referee Clive, um, we were in training and my arm dislocated randomly. It just randomly
Oh my
dislocated.
gosh.
Clive's eyes were like, "What, dude? Are you okay?" And I'm like, no, calm down, man.
Are
I'm
you
good.
like, I'm
I
used to
just,
this, I'm just gonna like put it back in place, it's all good?
yeah, yeah. I was just like, boom. I'm like, I'm all good. Don't worry. Let's get back to training. He was just like, I don't know. In his head, he was thinking, "Damn, badass right there." I don't know. But I went to the doctor eventually. This is when I stopped going to APWA for some time. I went to the doctor this year um, to find out what happened because I left after graduating for acting in May from Joburg to come this side, and it dislocated again. So like this was before I went to a hospital. Eventually, I was like, no,
Yeah.
you know what? Now this is serious. I went to a hospital in Swaziland called Mbido Clinic, and I asked for a CT scan, X-ray, da 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 da. They checked. They said like a quarter is like a round cuff of your arm that connects to the shoulder. A quarter of it has been chopped off. Kind of shocking. So yeah, the doctor's like, yeah, you kind of banged up. So through it's been chopped off, that type of stuff. I'm like, what? Okay. What happened was while I was at the hospital, they're telling me, okay, we don't have the equipment to do this stuff for you. So now what we have to do, you have to find a hospital that actually has the equipment. So they directed me to Johannesburg. Now,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go to Joburg. I normally went to do checkups in Pretoria and in Groenhof.
Yeah.
That it was first called Little Company of Mary until it changed to Groenhof Hospital. So it's in Groenhof, of
Yeah.
course. So eventually I get a doctor's note specifically to go there, and I see my doctor. He tells he tells me that okay, I've seen your CT scan. Da, 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 da. He says, yeah, you're gonna have to get surgery right away. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
That's like the worst thing to hear as a
Yeah,
like in general, that's the worst thing to hear.
it is. Interestingly enough, when you get used to getting all these surgeries, you get used to it. It's crazy. I've had more than one surgery. Ooh,
Oh
I
my god. Yeah, like
we'll touch up on that.
I mean Rey Mysterio just came out of surgery, so and he's had like 18 on one knee. So
Yeah, he's leg injury. Hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully he gets back to 100% and he can finally, hopefully, hey, he can get into that match with Santos. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
oh,
That's gonna
oh
be
that
incredible.
that heel turn. Oh my God. Oh, you just made me think about the heel turn. That was an amazing heel turn. I was like, damn, this is actually a fire. He reminds me. Um, who's this gent? Used to act rich all the time. I'm trying to remember his his character name back in WWE. He used to act Chris. Yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. You said
For some reason, I'm thinking of Alberto Del Rio, and I'm like, we don't want to mention that guy.
I know, yeah. I don't know why. I was like trying to figure out. I'm like, oh shit, okay. By the way, yes, Alberto Del Rio. Like I feel like they've been wanting a character like Santos Escobar on him, and
Yeah,
they finally got it. And it's interesting to say the least. And I can't wait to see what he has to offer because I feel like his babyface run was very stale. It
it
was
was,
very
and
stale. I'm sorry. He's just like now Bailey to what Santos was in the LWO.
yeah,
He was just in the background. Yes, he was appearing. I would see that okay, he's got potential star quality, but then I wouldn't focus much on him, unfortunately.
yeah,
When that heel turn happened, I was like, oh thank God. And apparently it was a shoot. It was not a shoot, it had to be a late audible because of his
yeah.
of Rey Mysterio's injury. And I'm actually glad. I don't know who pulled the trigger. I'm happy they pulled the
Yeah,
trigger
but that was
because
the perfect time to do it.
honestly, 100% executed perfectly. I cannot wait for that. But I I can't. We'll get back to the doctor thing. I can't wait for Randy's return. Oh my God. Oh my word. When I heard Cody
So
Rhodes announcing Legacy, he started hitting bit by bit on Raw. It was like, oh, here's a friend of mine from Legacy. Yeah, you Apex Predator. I'm like, my dad is seeing me getting all hyped up there in the couch and stuff. I'm like, oh yes, I know who it is. Oh my God. And I'm like, and then when it said
yeah,
Randy Orton, I
no,
was like,
I was like, you know what? It's been 2 years, and it's crazy because
yo,
they're like, because like we had so much rumors, like there were so many rumors going
mm,
around of Randy potentially having to
mm,
retire but due to injury, and now I'm like, so
yeah.
like he goes from potential retirement to like the most dangerous match WWE has now.
It's insane. I don't think he's performed in a war games, has he? I don't think so. It's gonna be interesting to see. Unless maybe he is gonna perform in the war games with Cody and them. So hey, it's interesting to see
I
how it'll go about.
I just want to see Dom try to hit a frog splash and then get hit by an
And
RKO
then
mid-air. Like,
yes!
I just want to see it so badly.
Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. And interestingly enough, a lot of people want to actually see Rhea get RKO'd a lot more than
Yeah.
anything. If only she was in the match somehow, or maybe just outside or
Uh,
something, she could have
oh
received
no.
an
We
RKO.
all know that Rhea's probably gonna climb into that cage and be like, hit me, it's cool.
And he won't have a damn problem. He'll just be like, boom, RKO, and it's gonna be. I just hope actually she does intervene. It's gonna be some crazy stuff. I can't wait. I can't wait. I literally told my dad, apart from the big lineup of matches that are gonna be there, I was like, now I'm watching just for Randy Orton. Fine, Zoe Stark and Rhea. I want to see Zoe Stark. Oh my God, Zoe Stark has a lot of potential. Zoe
Yeah.
Stark has the greatest entrance in today's era, and it makes her even more of a badass. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No.
I just
Yeah.
she needs to find her charisma. She needs to find a character as soon as possible because has a lot of
Yeah, no.
potential.
No,
Mm,
in-ring work, she is incredible. I think she
she's
just
amazing.
need like that's why I like that she
Mm,
was with Trish because she like it gave her the
yeah,
opportunities to kind of step back a bit, but also learn more about like the whole personality of it all and like get an actual character
yeah.
in. So it's unfortunate that like that
Mm,
partnership had to end, but man, like her in-ring
mm.
work is incredible.
It's amazing to see someone move like that. It's normally it was like the first time when I saw Braun. No, I'm thinking Braun Breaker. I was thinking who's this Owen? He's the Australian, the big guy. Um,
Von Wagner.
what's his face?
No,
No, no,
not Von
no.
Wagner.
He's
Not the Chase
he's
U
on the
guy,
main
right?
roster. Nah, he's on the main roster. He fought in the Fatal 4-Way and tried to even mess up with Miz for his championship
Oh, Bronson Reed.
opportunity. Bronson Reed, oh my God.
Yeah.
This I don't know what happens when you find yourself in these things and you just end up forgetting a lot of shit. But it is what it is. Yeah, Bronson Reed
We're getting old, man.
moves like crazy. I imagine. My nephew keeps saying I'm pushing 24. He said I'm pushing 30. What is that? What is that? What is that nonsense? Anyways, Bronson Reed is an amazing talent. Now imagine if
Yeah.
we were able to see like Big Show do something like that in the ring back in the days. I would have been crazy. Or Mark Henry.
Yeah.
I would have been crazy. It's because these guys are still new
That would be
faces.
so scary.
Yo, just imagine, yo, Big Show landing on you. Oh no, hell nah. Hell nah. Like from the top.
Like, even if you think about today, like, imagine like Brock Lesnar like hitting you with a tsunami. I think you'd cry. Like,
Yo, Brock Lesnar's a big guy. I feel like just that weight alone is a lot. He's big built, which it would be very painful. Can't imagine, to say the least. Just a small. Someone who's a bit smaller than that even can just kind of finish your breath. Now, just imagine so many pounds landing on you. Oh my goodness. I'm not really excited to be landed on. I'll just hit a Samoa Joe, man. I was thinking,
just
Samoa
I'm
Joe
I'm walking away from that.
I'm walking away from this shit. Nah, I'm not up for this. Nah, just step away. That was the funniest thing I would always see with Samoa Joe. I miss that guy. It's because he's in AEW right now, but it is what it is. But
I would hate that so
overall,
much because you're hitting the mats, like just the bare mats. Like,
I know.
I can't.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you do you know what the ring is made of? Like, do you know what it's layered on?
So it
Oh
should
my
be
God.
like wood and then like a tiny bit of sponge and then like the actual like covering, right?
Yeah.
If
So,
I'm not
but
mistaken.
first
So,
it's steel. First
yeah.
it's steel, absolute steel,
Yeah.
which is the base. Followed by hardwood layering every bits off the mat. And people always, and I always knew that, man, this ring was hard, but I never had this mentality that people always used to think, oh, it's like a trampoline. I'm like,
Yeah.
a trampoline? Don't say that. And when I landed on the mat, and I think, what is the move? I think I think it was possibly a shooting star press. I'm not certain. But when I landed on the mat, I was like, this is painful. It
Yeah.
takes your breath out completely. So it's pretty hard, So yeah, it's followed by the wood. You can say the size of maybe a judo mat, but maybe slightly smaller. I would say
Yeah.
slightly smaller, but obviously not as soft as a judo mat. A bit more harder than that. So it's kind of a bit more stiffer. And then there's the layering to cover it completely, the whole basin. Yeah. So that's your ring.
Yeah, no,
That
but it
thing's
like for people that haven't been in a ring, it's like it hurts. Like it like you
it,
try to get into like that centerpiece where that small spring is so that you get like a bit more give, but
yeah,
like oof, it
yeah.
hurts.
That they say that is the softest part of the ring, and you want the best
Yeah.
of that part. That's the
Yeah.
best possible part where you can land. But you've seen when wrestlers would normally jump on top of the rope, and then they would throw them
Yeah.
over onto them, and it's not even by the hardest part. So just imagine the
Yeah.
pain that you see. That pain is real. That pain they
Yeah,
feel
no.
when they like holding it back or something. That is some real stuff right there.
You know,
And
every
people
time
don't
I
appreciate.
see yeah,
Mm,
every time I see like a pop-up power bomb onto the apron, I'm like,
yeah.
oh no, that sucks.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That one has to be it right there. Because the interesting part when someone executes that move, you have to protect your head from getting
Yeah.
whiplash. So now when they're doing it to you, you're about to get hurt, but at the same time you have to like kind of push your head up a little bit so that you don't like
Yeah.
make your head go back and forth or like injure it long term. That move was painful.
Yeah. People don't know, like the number one rule is always like tuck your chin so that you don't get so that
Mm.
you don't injure your neck. Like
Yeah, there's a lot involved when it comes to wrestling, and people take it very lightly. It's very interesting. And who's this boxer? I believe was it Mike? I'm not sure who it was who ended up saying that. Hey, wrestling, to be honest, is much more difficult
yeah.
than any other sport. You
Oh yeah,
know,
that was Tyson
it's
Fury,
very
right?
difficult.
He was like, it's not for me.
Yeah, it was Tyson Fury. He was like, yeah, no, I don't think I'll be going back. I'm good. I'm like, okay, this speaks volumes. Thank you for the endorsement, sir. Appreciate it for telling these crazy ones that I'm trying to be PG here. These crazy ones that, hey, that thing is painful. That thing is not easy stuff, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I mean, hey, the ring is special. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, no, but
sidetracked myself heavily. Okay, back
yeah,
to
it's
the
cool, man.
injury.
Like it gets for like
Hmm.
it gives like an interesting like story flow, so it's all good.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's definitely what is more enjoyable, to be honest. I actually get what you were saying
Yeah.
previously. Now it makes sense. It makes sense. So
Yeah.
these things, he tells me that yeah, I gotta do surgery. Now back to the doctor, back to the
Yeah.
hospital. He's like, I gotta do surgery. I'm like, but first I have to see a neurologist because of the passing out situation. I'm like, okay, cool. So that actually falls under seizures. So that's actually what caused the incident to happen, right? So interestingly enough, yeah, it's insane. I'm an entertainer. I go around these things, and yeah, it's just not something that triggers it. Interestingly enough, we haven't figured out what does trigger it, but I know how to avoid it. For medication, I take like diazepam. Some people know it as Xanax as a product. By the way, Xanax is a product name, not not the actual pill. So I take diazepam and on a daily, and yeah, it kind of works a lot. What another alternative that I've noticed is weed. For some reason, it's kind of also another alternative, and interestingly enough, it works better than the diazepam. Because I don't know what it does, but it kind of relaxes the mind a bit more than the diazepam, which is interesting. I love it. It works. It works. I'll take it here and there when necessary. I'm just trying to think that what will happen when I step into a ring. I'll probably have to continue taking diazepam that time, or
Yeah.
maybe, you know, I don't want to incriminate myself too much right now.
You could just
um,
be like Matt Riddle and just like light one up right before you go out.
bro, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like that would work, realistically speaking, but you must never take too much, otherwise you'll laugh like a goofball.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, okay. So back to the injury. So the doctor tells me this is now I have to go back to Swaziland on the same day
Yeah.
after the intervention with my doctor. So he's like, yeah, you need surgery, da, 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 we'll set a date. And I'm like, okay, question. Um, so will I be able to wrestle after surgery? He's like, oh yeah, no, that no, no, that you'll have to leave completely. That's done. I'm like, I'm sorry. He's
So
like,
he's
yeah,
super
you
chilled
can
and he's just like, no, you're done.
Yeah, he's like, and I'm like, no, no, dude, calm down. Like, you can't be saying this. Like, is there something that we can talk about here? Like, he's like, no, like, you actually have two choices. And I'm like, oh my god, damn, there's no way this guy nigga giving me choices. I hope he doesn't see this. So he's like, it's either I go into wrestling and he doesn't do surgery on me, or I stop wrestling and he does the surgery on me. So it was like trying to implement how much like the situation is, right? And I was like, dude, like you kind of this is not something I want to hear right now, you know. So I've seen Finn Balor just had a similar, not so similar, but similar injury when he won the Universal title and he had to let go of it on Raw. So, and luckily for him, he didn't waste time. He literally went straight into surgery and did that. So in my head, I'm like, a lot of people have been injured. Like
So
it
you're like,
doesn't
I'll be
have to.
back in a couple of years. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way in hell. In fact, I was with my like I was telling you when I was with my dad watching the Miz and Gunther segment recently. Oh, shout out to Miz. I missed that Miz. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, I was like to my dad, Pops, I you what I'm about to say, you might think I'm crazy right now. Believe me. He's now wondering. We're in the middle of a Miz and Gunther segment. They're doing their thing on the TV. And I'm like, Pops, the sports, the sports is a drug.
You need to get
He's
back,
wondering what
man.
the yeah,
Yeah.
you have no idea how much I really want to get back. Because like in my head, a lot was flooding in. It's been like months now since I've been in the ring. And I had to accept that I had to stop wrestling, which eventually I did, being an in-ring performer, and I was like contemplating, ring announcing or ring commentator and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I can, or maybe a GM, a general manager. But I was like, really? Do I want to do that? Like, I feel I can do it, but do I? Because like each time I kept on
Yeah.
thinking about it, I kept saying, I love the ring. There is no
Yeah.
way
And,
in
and we've
hell.
seen so many people transition into that, right? Like, I mean, Adam
Mm,
Pearce used to wrestle, Wade Barrett used to wrestle,
Wade
you know.
Barrett, yeah,
Yeah.
Byron Saxton. It just goes on and on, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm sure some of those people do want to go back. To be honest, it's just that for them, I guess it's done for real. I need a sports doctor. I don't need this doctor to tell me that I'm done. Because once I do the surgery, once I relax for my 6 months while I'm doing my physiotherapy and healing, once I hear from a sports doctor that yes, I am 100% to get back in the ring, I am going back. I am not wasting time. That ring, is, that ring is calling my name every single day. It is insane what can do to you if you're passionate. I now understand why Edge cried when he left back in was it 2009 10 when he left due to the neck injury. And when he came back, he cried even more. I was like, I won't lie, I feel like I might also cry even more when that happens.
Yeah.
Because it's that deep. You fall in love with the sport. It's like you're married to it. And when you get
Yeah.
the divorce, it's like there's no prenup. You're like, oh fuck.
So
But
funny
anyways,
enough that you say that because I remember the first time. So I was actually also with Matthew and Alex the first time I got into a ring, and I stepped into that ring, and the first thing I said was, "I feel home. I feel at home
mm,
right now." And I think
mm,
that that's a feeling that you constantly chase, you know. So yeah, it's just
yeah,
it never goes away, to be honest. And once you're there,
it
you
never,
can't get out of it.
oh, it's a literal drug addiction. I think it's now adrenaline drug, but now it's not adrenaline of running or whatever. It's now
Yeah.
just kicking someone's ass in the ring. It's like it's insane. It's a lovely. It's a lovely drug. By the way, people, I am not condoning drugs. Canula Tonez, I repeat, is not condoning drug addiction. Talking about sports here. All right. Okay.
Stay in school.
All right. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. So yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. I remember the first time, especially when I was stepping into the ring, I actually started going to find out if I should like take steroids or something, And interestingly enough, for the first few days while I was gymming, I did take them, and then something told me. I started doing some research on it, and I realized, it does something to you. I think you have
Yeah.
an idea. If anyone wants to find out, go and Google it. Um, so I was like, no way, there's no way in hell I'm gonna risk this. I threw it away and I just continued training naturally. Of course, after the injury, the recent dislocation, which was a couple of months back, I had to stop gymming altogether. And once I get back into gymming, can't wait. I'm going full force for it. So yeah, when the doctor told me I was done, I was like, I was crying. I don't cry. I don't cry at funerals for my close loved ones. I don't do that. And it's interesting because I was tearing up. So I'm crying all the way back to Swazi. It's like a 4-hour drive. I had a headache. I was crying. My eyes were red, done. So as I get to Ultra City, um, I think it was also actually. Um, I want a break. I go there. I make an order, and I kind of inform them that they kind of saw me that I was like not okay, because I can't stop crying. Tears are just falling into my eyes after this news, and I'm just going to make an order. They're asking what's wrong. I'm like, yo, I had the worst day of my life. They're like, what happened? And I'm like, I'm in professional wrestling, and they told me that I have to retire. Like, I'm done. And like that even walking
Yeah.
about it right now, I won't lie. It's kind of getting me teary right now. I won't lie. I'm trying to hold it
Yeah.
back. So
Yeah, and then
it's
saying it
that
must have made
bad.
it feel so real, right? Like,
It was
yeah,
insane. Like the reality to accept that I think I was turning 23 at the time. I was like, I'm 22 and I have to like stop this. Like this is not it. This is not it at all. And I think had turned 23, but I was still like saying that I'm young for this. I
yeah,
can't stop this. This is not it at all. You know, Apart from music, and mind you, I've been in entertainment for 11 years. Um, and I'm going to 12 next year. So I have been in this industry for quite some time. I've done a lot of stuff. I've met various individuals. I've made my own history, and this tattoo. I have a tattoo here that actually says history maker. If you can see
yeah.
it,
That's
yeah.
really cool.
I
Yeah.
think that one. There's a reason why I even did it, because I was like, I've done a lot in my career. If you can check my resume, it's insane. You must look up Canula Tonez when you're done here. Yeah, like I've done a lot of stuff that in my years you wouldn't be able to do. In my country, you wouldn't be able to do. You know.
Yeah.
And I think you probably might have come across at some point when I advertised my podcast and stuff. So I have
Oh,
a
yeah,
podcast as
yeah.
well, right? Yeah, it had 4 seasons. I'm looking to do season 5 soon. It's called Canula Tonez, The Staircase. Gonna have a new host. Stay tuned for that one. Um, Music, still make it. Last song that I released was called On the Road. I did a previous one called My Lady. It's like a Jamaican, um, like let me just give you an example of like the flow. It hits like a Jamaican.
Yeah.
Lets you hit a Jamaican. So and I wake up
Yeah.
and I wake up one morning and I sleep one time. Only one thing going on my mind, my lady. So far, I woke up walking the streets. I know I'm dancing with my baby. I know I'm careful when I woke up and look. So like we had to like hit some of the Jamaican side.
I just got an exclusive.
I know it was insane because like it was like a first attempt, and we were like, this beat doesn't sound like it needs proper
Yeah.
English. Like, so we were like, it needs the Jamaican man. So like I was like, nah, let's do it in a Jamaican tone. So like even my bro,
Yeah.
Daryl, shout out to him. He's made his own history. He's made features with Blackie. Now I'm making endorsements, yeah. But he's my boy, because we grew up from the sandbox together. So I'm proud of him. He even made a feature with Blackie at some point for a song called Toxic. So shout out to him. His stage name is YGFXB. So he's actually was one of the few projects that I had when I wanted to put him in the industry, because like he didn't want to get into the industry, in the entertainment industry. I was like, dude, come to the studio with me. Like for real. Like you got a lot of potential. There was just one time when we ended up doing a collaboration together, and I believe that's when he was hooked. And I appreciate how even today he still references how I'm the one who helped him bring into the industry, and he's doing a lot better than me, and I'm so proud of him. I couldn't be prouder, you know. So no, shout out to him. But that was kind of a sidetrack a little bit. Um, just getting into my personal life a little bit there. So I'm getting to know some people who don't know. They'll know, you know. Shout out to Big Smoke, not the San Andreas one. I have a boy of mine called Linda. He was also in entertainment for a brief period, but it wasn't really his main focus. But it is what it is. You choose what you're best at. He's more into the business side of things. So yeah, I mean, we actually were in a group called Niggas from the Three, for a brief time, and then eventually I started collaborating a lot more with YGFXB, and in most of my songs, you will see I am mostly collaborating with him. So majority of my life since I was 12, been recording, been a musician. Eventually I had my own talk show on YouTube before COVID, and it had like 5 episodes. I featured some good high profile names in my country, in Swaziland. So that's good. I myself am South African. I'm half Xhosa, half Swazi. So,
Yeah.
but I am a South African citizen. Yeah. So in that light, a lot of events happened for me getting in the industry. It took a long time for
Yeah.
me to be accepted or even have a name. And now that's where like the tattoo comes in, because like I said, if you check the resume, it's insane.
Yeah.
So now that I'm tackling wrestling, I've tackled a lot of stuff in entertainment. And now that I'm tackling wrestling, it has lit the biggest fire ever. Music will always be my number one. Everything else will follow. I am sorry. Even wrestling will follow. Music has always been
Yeah.
my number one. Yeah. Acting, maybe I can put it on number 3, above below wrestling, because wrestling
Yeah.
follows now. Because wrestling is like something that I truly love, and it's a huge desire, you know. So yeah, these things, some things will happen to you. You have to adapt. I just hope by 2025, early 2025, I'm able to get back in the ring and get back to training.
Yeah.
I remember Alex telling me I had like 6 months left of training. So like hopefully mid 2025, if I do get back early 2025, mid 2025, I might be able to make my debut. I have a lot of plans for my character. I just want to be a menace to
Yeah.
society. Oh my God.
That is so exciting though, because you basically just told us we need to get ready for a return, right?
Of course, 100%. I can't wait. I just want to be that gold. I don't know. There's some character I told Alex. I sent an audio to him. I think it was yesterday, probably. I was like, dude, I'm not done. And I told him that like I want to be like this gold collector, you know. And I was like, nah, I feel like I just want to be a menace to society in that ring. And I expressed to him the Randy Orton part of it, you know, the Miz part of it, the Chris Jericho part of it, all that stuff. You know, like I wanted to be like that. I want to be a problem for you people. You guys are gonna have problems, man. Once, cause like I want to feel like, hey, once I get a belt, it's it's mine. You're not gonna get it back until you better fight your ass back for it. You know? And those, by the way, titles are heavy. I remember carrying lifting the All African championship for time, and that thing is heavy. All these titles are heavy. I understand why some people carry it like this or something else. That thing is a lot of weight, you know. Sure. But once that weight gets over my waist or over my
Yeah.
shoulder, I'll
Yeah,
be
it's
happy.
it's coming.
Oh my God. I can't wait,
So
you know. I genuinely can't
yeah.
wait for that. Yeah. I just hope everything comes together and, you know, everything works out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
But
there anything else that you're excited to tell everyone?
well, the biggest thing that I'm really excited about is the announcement of the season 5 podcast. So I would
Yeah.
love people to make sure to check that out. It has been seen by over 40 countries. I'm not sure of the exact number, from Russia to Trinidad of Tobago to Saudi Arabia to, you know, obviously South Africa, USA, Canada. The list goes on and on and on. Please, guys, do check out, if you can, search Canula Tones podcast. Easiest way to Google it. You'll find it. Or Canula Tones, The Staircase. That is the name of the podcast. Another thing, I'm not sure about any music releases because we still have some stuff on archives that we want to take out, but we're not sure when to take it out. Just make sure to check out my music to get an in-depth idea of who I am. If you have iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, whatever, make sure to check out my music, Canula Tones. Make sure that's CANULATONEZ. What else? Just just see what you can check. Yeah, guys, see what you can check. Like there's a lot of stuff that I do. Like I think that's the nature of entertainment. You have to be very versatile.
Yeah. But we all know you're gonna have
Yeah.
like the best entrance music when you do debut, so it's all good.
Oh, hell yeah. I love rock. So like, you know, from Static X to um what's this group? I'm trying to just give me a sec. I'm trying to remember the ones that did I think it's I Machine is probably under Static X. I don't think so. But I love rock bands.
Yeah.
I love the work that they put out. So there was one time I actually even did like a rock stash rap of a song called Insanity. So I think I'm capable of doing something like that. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which song, maybe an existing song that I'm going to use for the entrance. There's so much potential. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like, mm, oh my God. Dean Ambrose, by the way, I was lying.
Oh
Dean
yes.
Ambrose was the one that inspired me a lot to like wear jeans in the ring because like he made it actually look very dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now known as John Moxley. Shout out to him. Um, oh my. Oh yeah. Yeah, there is one more thing that I can actually tell you maybe before we manage to wrap things up.
Yeah.
So that interaction, remember with PJ Black, right?
Yes.
On Gorilla Position. We did have a talk where I asked him if I would be able to ever step in the ring with him. And he did say, I'm a man. As long as if you manage to do your training and you get good and all, I wouldn't mind stepping in the ring with you. And I was like, man, if it wasn't for this injury, I probably
You called out a South African legend, dude.
I went mental. You know, the fact that this injury happened, it kind of pissed me off because it's like this is this is a big match. Like if it were to happen, it would have been a big match. But
Yeah.
you know, some things happen. I was supposed to have like a duo, something similar to like a Street Profits, but like in a different manner.
Yeah,
Some kind of like me and Dax Savage have like a CM Punk energy whereby we hyping each
yeah,
other up like Usos type of thing, you know. So like we were looking to do like a tag team together before he had to leave from APWA, and which it was really unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know.
yeah.
That would have been a cool tag team, believe me. Oh my god.
Oh, that would have
But
been
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, you know, these are some of the, you know, unknown things that people are not aware of that, you know, I just love to share because it was some big stuff
Yeah,
and I enjoyed the potential of it, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for my
Yeah,
return. I can't wait for
yeah.
it's gonna take a
No, but
while, but
we're all looking forward to it, trust me.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, once I get into that mic, I'm gonna hit a CM Punk or some other level.
But thank you so much for joining me
Don't
today. It's
filter.
been an awesome, awesome conversation. Thank you so much.